Imagine living in a place so dense sunlight never touched the ground. A place where the air buzzed with the sound of low-flying planes, the smell of fishball factories lingered in the alleys, and water dripped endlessly from a tangle of makeshift pipes above. This was Kowloon Walled City, the densest place on Earth during the 1980s. Over 33,000 people crammed into just 6.5 acres, a chaotic, self-contained world where life thrived in the shadows. But what was it really like to live here? Today, we're stepping inside the City of Darkness to explore the daily lives of its residents and uncover the humanity behind the myths. Kowloon Walled City wasn't just a neighborhood, it was a geopolitical anomaly. Originally built as a Chinese military fort in the 19th century, it became a legal gray zone when Britain leased the surrounding new territories in 1898. The British agreed to let China keep control of the small walled area, but in practice, neither side wanted to deal with it. Over time, it became a no-man's land. By the mid-20th century, the walled city had transformed into a lawless enclave where government oversight was non-existent. But calling it lawless doesn't tell the whole story. While the triads controlled much of the illegal activity, the residents created their own order. They built homes, businesses, and even schools, turning the walled city into a self-sustaining community. It was chaotic, yes, but it was also a place of resilience and ingenuity. Let's take a walk through the walled city in the 1980s. At street level, the air is thick with the smell of fishball factories and soy sauce workshops. The alleys are so narrow that you can stretch out your arms and touch both walls. Overhead, a tangled web of pipes drips water onto the uneven ground, creating a constant soundtrack of splashes and trickles. As you move deeper inside, the light fades. The buildings are packed so tightly that sunlight can't reach the lower levels. Instead, the city glows with neon signs and dim bulbs, casting eerie shadows on the walls. The air feels damp, and the hum of activity is everywhere. People shouting, machines whirring, and the occasional roar of a plane overhead. But life here isn't just about survival, it's about adaptation. On the rooftops, where the sun finally breaks through, children play games and fly kites. Some even do their homework up here, away from the cramped, dimly lit apartments below. The rooftops are also where families grow small plants in makeshift gardens, adding a rare touch of green to the concrete jungle. Inside the walled city's maze of buildings, businesses thrive. You'll find noodle shops, metal workshops, and even unlicensed dentists. Mr. Wong, who has been treating patients here for decades. His clinic is a tiny room with a single chair, lit by a flickering fluorescent bulb. Despite the lack of formal training, his patients trust him. They have no other choice. For families, home is often a single room, no larger than 100 square feet. Kitchens, bedrooms, and living spaces are all crammed into one. Privacy is a luxury, but neighbors look out for one another. In this chaos, a sense of community flourishes. And then there's the sound. Planes from the nearby Kai Tak airport roar overhead every few minutes, so close you can almost see the passengers through the windows. The noise is deafening, but for the residents, it's just part of daily life. Despite the challenges, there's a rhythm to life here. The noodle shop owner wakes up early to prepare fresh dough. Children weave through the alleys on their way to school. And at night, the city comes alive with the glow of neon signs and the chatter of families sharing meals. It's a world that's chaotic, yes, but also full of life. By the 1980s, the Hong Kong government decided the walled city had to go. Its reputation as a haven for crime and its unsanitary conditions made it a target for demolition. In 1993, the government began clearing out the residents, offering compensation to those who agreed to leave. For many, it was a bittersweet moment. The walled city was chaotic, but it was also home. By 1994, the last of the buildings were torn down, and the site was transformed into Kowloon Walled City Park, a peaceful garden that stands in stark contrast to the chaos that once defined the area. But the walled city's legacy lives on. Its unique architecture and atmosphere have inspired countless works of art, from the cyberpunk aesthetic of Blade Runner to video games and films like Twilight of the Warriors Walled In. It remains a symbol of human resilience and the ability to thrive in even the most challenging conditions. So, what do you think? Was Kowloon Walled City a dystopian nightmare or a misunderstood marvel of human ingenuity? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the City of Darkness, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories from history's most fascinating places. Thanks for watching.